Welcome back, Bobby. Recently, we talked about fear of failure and how common that is and how easily that can get us all down, right? But we're going to flip that today and talk about fear of success.
What do you mean fear of success? Why would you fear success? Isn't that what we're trying to achieve?
Well, everyone wants to succeed, right?
I would think so.
Not necessarily. Let me tell you about my wife and her swimming lessons when she was a kid.
Okay.
She almost drowned over and over and over again because for her final part of the test, she had to swim the length of the pool. And within one arm stroke left of reaching the edge of the pool, she would just step there and start to drown.
What?
Over and over and over again. The instructors got so frustrated with her, just like reach out and touch the side. But she would just stop right there. It's like, I can't do it. And they're like, you swam all of this way. Just finish, okay? And she would never do it. She could never pass because she could never just finish those final one or two strokes.
Okay.
And doesn't make any sense, does it?
None at all. No.
Until you stop to think, okay, of what she was worried about was succeeding. She still does this to herself to this day. She will get so close to the end of a project and just get paralyzed because she's afraid not of failing at it, but of succeeding. Fear of success means how are people's perception of you going to change once you actually succeed at what you're trying to do? They're going to
request more from you.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, I've learned, after being married for many, many years, some incredibly techniques to get out of doing the dishes, okay?
Have you?
Oh my gosh, yes, okay. You go and you make a horrible mess of everything, okay? You get water everywhere, you break dishes. Your wife comes in halfway through and is like, get out of here, you're screwing everything up, let me take over. There, don't have to do the dishes anymore.
Right. I guess I sort of did that with buying the groceries. I go, she sent me off to the grocery store, and I buy what she had on the list, but I also buy twice as much junk food and stuff, And
I've done that too. Yeah.
No, that's not on the list. Well, no, that's the bonus of me going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
What is all of this junk? Oh, yeah, I've done that too. So I think every husband has multiple techniques for getting out of doing things that they're supposed to be doing just by being bad at it. Okay, but that way you're not expected to do the grocery shopping now, are you? Okay. Now, but if you did a great job of grocery shopping, she'd expect you to do it over and over and over again.
Right. So you've got me thinking though, because I don't think I'm one that would be fear of success, but now you got
fear of success changes how people look at you. It changes your whole identity. Think about it. Okay. Well, let's say that you, as a comic creator, you've been struggling to complete your full 20-page issue to get it out. All right. You get it out, you publish it. Okay. You're getting it to fans. Okay. What's the first things they're going to ask after they finish reading that book?
What's next?
Yes. When's the next one?
Yes.
Well, so it took you maybe a year of time, because you're working full-time and family, but you did get it done. All right. But now people are going to want more. So like, well, can I double my efforts and put out 2 next year?
Right.
What about 3 the year after that? The more you succeed, the more pressure it is to succeed. And not only at the level that you did for originally, but an even higher and higher level.
Okay.
Both in the amount that you might produce, okay, and the quality, okay. People want to see, wow, that was a great start to that story. But how many writers get paralyzed at, the finish, okay?
Okay.
Because it's, you have a great excitement of getting something started, but you might not have really worked out exactly how many issues this is supposed to be and how you're going to wrap it up. But if the way you look at yourself, okay, can be so intrinsic, okay, that you want to do better, you want to be better, but then you're afraid of then I won't be who I am. Okay, it's ridiculous, but it really does exist.
I guess it does. I don't. You got me rethinking because I've had trouble watching the quote unquote novel career, writing the books. It's started, stop, started, stop, started, stop. And even the first novel is still only halfway written. I went back and wrote something else instead of finishing that, and then decided there needed to be a prequel to fix a problem. So we're in the process of writing it, and now we decided to split that into two short novels, and I still haven't got back, which in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, I'm having trouble writing this main novel because I'm at a certain point that I had not figured out how to move it forward and make it matter. And I've sort of come up with that situation, but I don't feel like it's a fear of success. It's just way too many things going on. So for me, imagine somebody being fear of success. I see people holding themselves back. My wife, she doesn't want to go in upper management where she works. She just wants to put in her 40 hours, do her job. She's really good at it. She's been there for over 20 years. But she, and of course, any kind of corporation and her kind of financial work that she does, they want you to move up. Because if you don't move up, you're earning too much money for that position because you've been there too long. She doesn't want to move up because she doesn't want the responsibilities. So her fear of success would be she doesn't want those added responsibilities of moving up.
Right. Added responsibilities, change what she's doing. She's not necessarily wrong in her approach. The Peter Principle says that you are going to be promoted until your level of incompetency. You get promoted and promoted until you get to a job you really are not good at. So you don't get promoted. So you stay in the job that you're not good at. You're not so bad that you have to be fired, but you're not good enough to get promoted. So it explains a lot in so many hierarchies why so many people really can't do the job that they're in.
Right.
So she may be very smart to stay in where she is actually her most effective work. Okay.
Yeah, and she's comfortable. I think that might be the thing too. I think when you're comfortable in what you're doing, you don't always push yourself to be more successful.
Right. So sometimes when you have a clear goal of I want to create comics, okay, you can get so very comfortable in your it's something I dabble at and don't really put 100% of my efforts into that you're afraid of what the success will bring, okay? How much more pressure either from yourself or from outside sources. Building a fan base is great, but fans put pressure on you. They want you to produce. They want more, okay? The book that you wrote and drew over a period of months, they're reading in 20 minutes, and they're like, okay, where's the next one? Okay. They're like, guys, it takes more than 20 minutes to make this,
Right. And if they're taking 20 minutes, they must be looking at every single panel background and character. So I know most comics you can read in about 10 minutes, but and it could take that creator 10 months to create it. So you truly think fear of success? I don't think do you mentally think it through? Oh, I'm afraid to succeed, so I'm not going to succeed.
I think not at all. I think it's completely, unconscious. It's in the back of your mind so far you never even think the thought. Okay, but it's something a lot of people aren't even familiar with at all. But I think if something you think about it, you're like, well, wait a minute, maybe there is some legitimacy to that of the way I feel about my work, and you're working as hard as you can, okay, to achieve something. And you're like, wow, I finally got that done. It's like, what? Now I have to do it again and again and again. So how long can I put in those extra hours? Okay. How long can I put in that extra effort before I'm exhausted?
Right.
And so, well, if I don't complete it, then no one's going to be asking for the next one. And I don't have to do that. And again, nobody thinks this out loud and step by step, because then you say to yourself, well, that's ridiculous. It is worth the effort. I do want the rewards. I do want to share my stories. Okay. Right. But it's those things that you don't articulate to yourself that can hold you back.
So we do it through procrastination.
Number one. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Wow.
I'm thinking of joining the Procrastinators Club.
Are you?
Yeah, I have definite plans to do that.
I think I've been there a few times. Visited,
Okay.
anyway. Yeah.
Visited, but never really
Visited.
committed. Okay.
No. I have that commitment problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fear of success is strange, but I think it's out there. I think a lot of people are, I guess fear of success could also be fear of change. If I'm successful as a novelist, I'm successful as a comic artist, then it might mean change for me or change for my family. And even though most people are saying we want change, we want to do what we want to do as a hobby, do we really? And
I think, yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. I think at the root of the fear of success is a fear of change, because things will be different. Okay. My life will be different. The way I see myself will be different. Now, you're hoping that it's better, but the fact that it's different is unsettling.
right.
And you're also, once you start completing more projects, getting things out there, then your level of criticism is going to be harder you're dealing with. You're competing against more people.
Right.
If you're the one person in your family that can draw nice and get lots of praise, okay, that's one thing, all right? The more you take it out to each higher level, okay, of fan art to semi-professional to professional, you're comparing yourself to other people more and more at higher and higher levels of skill.
Okay.
So succeeding at one thing, okay, means, all right, hey, you were the best kid in first grade. You were the smartest, but now you're in second grade, okay?
Right.
And it's a whole new ball game. The thing where you really see that is going from high school to college, okay? You could be the straight A student in your high school, and you go on to college and you're average, and you're like, and a lot of kids cannot handle that.
Right. Okay, so we've discussed the fear of success. How are some steps that you can take to overcome the fear of success? Do you have a couple of suggestions?
I think the biggest step is just being aware that it exists.
That
Because I
is
think most people never have heard of it, really.
right. Most of us are just using procrastination or whatever to not complete that project. So steps would be to, for me, I continue to keep a list of things that I'm looking at, so it's always in front of me. Not that I procrastinate. As you know, one of my biggest problems is having too many projects on the table.
Too many irons in the fire. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So, what I've tried to do over the past year or so is try to keep a list of everything that I want to work on, everything I should work on, and everything that needs to be worked on. And they are constantly changing, modified. Yes, and some takes more presence than other, but they're always in front of me. And unlike most, I actually want to handwrite that list. Now, re-handwrite that list. I don't know if it's a textile. I feel like by writing it, I'm concentrating on it, or what it is. But I will constantly, I keep a little book with me, and I will rewrite this. I will look back at lists from a month ago and go, nope, got to reprioritize this. Now it's this, and this,
No, there is brain science that says that there's a different way of learning when you actually write something by hand, okay?
I believe it.
But also, you have many projects, but some people, that's not necessarily a negative thing. Many people thrive on having many different creative outlets and going between them to satisfy different creative urges. Okay. Mm-hmm. But so anything you talk about, there's positives and negatives to it. Okay. Bobby, you would do so badly to have simply one project to work on from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I cannot picture you doing that. Okay. It would just, no matter how much you love that project, you'd be like, no, I'm done with this. I got to move on to something else. You need that variety. Okay. Some people need to stick to that one project doggedly and go from beginning to end because that's the way their creative brain works. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so you have to know yourself. But yeah, you still have to, and you mentioned that your priorities are constantly shifting. So yeah, you have to be able to reprioritize on the fly. You have to adapt.
I believe, and I agree with you. I think those who are successful in the industry, we're talking about comics, are those who are not like me, those who can focus and either get better at art or better at writing or better at colors, and that's what they do over and over and over until they master that skill and can take it to professional level. That's the and I compare, those are the George Perez's, the John Burns, the newer guys who are drawing and creating. Rick Reminder, just everybody who's out there doing it. The holdback for me is that I decided to create a life outside of this industry for my family, through businesses that I've owned, created, right, sold, closed, reopened, recreated, blah, 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 and learned many things with those, which has held me back from focusing on the writing or the artwork. I've always been one that if somebody else can do it, I can do it, or at least get it done to a professional level. So,
but each business that you succeed at, okay, takes you to another level and more pressure to keep that business going and thriving and growing. Okay, so sure. Yeah, there's and you start a new business and someone think, well, how's that ever going to make any money? And like you show you make it quite a success. Okay, and then but there's another pressure to take more of your time and effort, okay, and keep you away from some other things you might want to do. So yeah, succeeding does change your life, okay? It changes the pressures, it changes your ability, okay, of what you can do, but you keep going up to a higher and higher level of competency, and it changes your perception of who you are and other people's perception of who you are and what you can and cannot do. So yeah, it's easy to be like on that verge of succeeding at something and going, if I take this one more step, things are really going to change. Maybe I'm not ready for that. Maybe I need to hold back. Okay. But as soon as you realize, no, okay, I can do this and I'm going to take it one day at a time, that, you can get past that. Okay. And I'm not sure if Wendy ever did make it to the end of the pool. She just finally just drowned one day,
So no, she never tapped out. She finally didn't get at the end and tapped it.
No, she never. No. They had to keep rescuing her like 1 foot away from the edge of the pool. Okay, but she still has that tendency. She does wonderful sewing projects, and she still has the tendency to get just so close to ending it. Okay, right. And the 17-year quilt. Okay, This quilt she had this quilt ready to go, almost done. For 17 years. Okay, it was a baby quilt that she eventually gave to the person when they graduated high school. But she did succeed. She finally made it. Okay. Yes. And now she's learned so much from that, and she's doing, she knows that she has that tendency to do, okay? Because, well, when she does do one of her lovely quilts, and like, oh, I need one, and I need one, and I need one. So she did the one baby quilt, and now she's got 6 more people asking. So, right. Yeah, so there is that reason for like, maybe I shouldn't have succeeded in the first place. But no, she really does love doing it. But she knows that she has that tendency to get so close and then just stop. So if you are that kind of person, you need to realize that about yourself and realize, no, I have to make that extra push. I just got to reach for the edge of that pool and not drown.
And I think also in my own thing is you also try to surround yourself with people who want to succeed, and as a community we push each other to achieve that success, whether it's in comics or in my current business. I own a retro video game store, and I'm not a gamer, which is really weird when I tell my customers. I know of video games. I always have played video games, but I'm not a huge gamer. I know business. But I have employees who I've surrounded myself with who's very much gamers. They know not only playing games, but they know all the systems and the accessories and the histories, and they can tell you stories of this happening when this did 15 years ago and that. And so by finding these guys and getting them all together, we've been successful because my brother Mike and I, who owns Blue Line Pro, we own this video game store, Nostalgic, and we brought all the businesses, failures and successes into this business and surrounded us with people with the knowledge, and it's doing very well. So you can do that with comics. You can, if you can surround your people, get a person, surround yourself with people who can help you get across the finish line. They will also help you get across the next finish line and the next finish line, and you guys grow.
Well, I'm going to go and beat this Wendy in the pool analogy to death here.
I love it.
We said we help to push each other. I think sometimes even better way to put it is we help to pull each other up.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. I will see a friend who I see is struggling. Just recently saw an artist who I've never met, never spoke to. He was struggling. And I think it was more on a personal level, but he's always tried to keep in contact. I reached out to him. I'm at a point that I could give forward a little bit, so I gave forward. I reached out. He is now going to also be doing a cover for the Kickstarter for Paradox Wars for us. And so I was at a point to do that, to hopefully help him get back rolling. And I just reached out to a Argentine artist that I work with. I hadn't heard from a while. I just reached out and said, "How are you doing? How's your family?" He says, "I'm doing well. Deadlines are crazy. I'm trying to get a bunch done. Da da da." We hadn't spoken in 2 years, but I just felt like I need to reach out to him because I had not heard or seen anything from him in a while. And he told me he appreciated me reaching out and that we would chat soon. So you got to just look out for those around you that you see. Social media is a great thing because we can see if people are doing well or if they're not doing well, especially if they're very public with it, or if they get quiet, like the other artists. I hadn't seen anything from them in a long time, so I was a little worried that I wasn't seeing anything from them. So definitely we can reach out, give forward. Let's try to be successful.
Yes, and not to be afraid of it.
Yeah,
Bob,
yes.
thanks so much for your time. It's been great talking to you today. Talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Bill.
Bye-bye.